So does anyone remember in the books when Geralt tells another character, hey, you can't remain neutral, people hate those that don't take a definite side. And we see that in our world where centrists, I think, are generally hated because they're not taking a certain side and they're considered more enlightened or whatnot. So I understand that I'm bringing down a lot of hate on myself by saying I'm kind of in the middle about this season. But if I were to break it up, I'd say the first half was absolutely terrible, and the second half just redeemed it and made it that I actually enjoyed this season. So, I don't know. Now I've upset the people that absolutely hated it by saying that there was some good in it, and I've absolutely peeved off the people that loved it because I mentioned stuff that I hate about it. You gotta go to one side or the other with the internet. So no spoilers, I want to talk about season 2 of The Witcher on Netflix. Now, I knew that season 2 wasn't going to follow the books one for one. I mean, even season 1 didn't. They added a lot, changed a little bit. But I will warn you, if you are a book reader or a book purist, they change so much from the books in this season. It's incredible. And some of the changes, in case you're worried, are really, really good. And I like them a lot, and they add to the plot. But then there are other changes that are dog shit, and I don't know why they did it. The first 4 episodes, I was thinking, oh my gosh, they finally ruined something that I love. I can't believe this, but because I love The Witcher, I continued watching because, you know, the whole thing of, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Well, I do like The Witcher. But sometimes they make stupid fucking decisions. Yeah, if it wasn't for the second half, I probably would be giving this season a 2 out of 10. That's how bad the beginning episodes were for me. If you're actually wondering where season 2 picks up, it's actually right from the end of season 1. So Ciri and Geralt meet, the Battle of Sodden Hill is over, there's the immediate aftermath. They don't know where Yennefer is after she did her fire magic. So it's a direct pickup. It's not like, oh, months later or years later, just in case you're wondering, because I know there was a lot of confusion with how old Ciri looks in season 2, and it's just because, 1, the actress, you know, is getting older. 2, they ended up dyeing her eyebrows to be darker instead of blonde, which automatically makes you look a lot younger and kind of freakier. Think about Thor 1 when they dyed Chris Hemsworth's eyebrows blonde with his blonde hair. It doesn't always work, you know? I love that there were a lot more monsters. We knew we were going to get more monsters. They kept promising that, but not only did they give us more monsters, which I appreciate, they also made them scarier. They were pretty scary in season 1, but even though I don't think the CGI was too great, I think it improved enough where the monsters were scarier, except for one in particular, which is in the first episode. I don't think they made that one as scary as they could have. If they could put more monsters in future seasons and showing Geralt fighting them, I would love it. The one thing I will say, I wish Geralt got more beat up with these monster fights. I just feel like he always comes out looking a little too pretty, you know? Now, from season 1 to season 2, there are a ton of character improvements. 1, going back to Geralt, Henry Cavill got his way of not only updating the armor, but adding more dialogue in for Geralt instead of him just going, and fuck, which he did a lot in season 1, and we know in the books he's a lot wittier, especially with Calanthe, Question of Price, the back and forth. By the way, A Question of Price, that line is mentioned in this season. I don't know why that was really excited. Also, they referenced the whole time jumps being confusing in season 1 through Jaskier and a song he sings. I thought was really clever. But Geralt talks more, he's more philosophical. I like it. I'm hoping as the seasons go on, they give him more dialogue because Henry Cavill can handle it and he does a great job. Although every time I hear him talk in his Geralt voice, I'm like, man, does your throat hurt by the end of doing that? If I did that voice or something even similar, I would be dead by the end of the day. So I don't know if doing the kind of like low, gruff voice he does for Geralt hurts his throat or not. If you know, let me know in the comment section down below. I would imagine after a while, right? So maybe it's a good thing he doesn't have tons and tons of dialogue. Yennefer, tons better. I thought they did a good job with her in season 1 and season 2 even better. She also has some banger dresses. Wasn't exactly a fan of her storyline. I don't think that was a great way to go, but I understand why they did it for the sake of drama. But yeah, it was like, okay, sure, We'll go with this. Siri goes from the super scared, sort of bratty girl on the run to in season 2, where she's a lot braver, more determined. I like her a lot better in season 2 than in season 1, but I also am not a fan of child, teenage sort of age characters, especially when they get all like whiny and bratty about shit. So I enjoyed her this season because even though there's no time jump between the end of season 1 and the beginning of season 2, she still was a lot better and more mature. Jaskier is a goddamn delight. If you loved him in season 1, you're just gonna lose your mind in season 2. I liked him in season 1. It wasn't like I was fangirling over him or anything. But in season 2, he just steals the spotlight, and it's weird because he's sort of overacting it, but he's overacting it so well that it's fantastic. I don't know if you have to be a really good actor to be able to do that, or if maybe it's just sort of his vibe that he gives off, but he nailed it. He nailed Jaskier. I also think the Burn song should be a new hit, but I guess we'll see because the internet's kind of fickle. There are longer and different versions of Jaskier's songs, by the way. If you probably look it up on YouTube, you can find them. But also, if you stick around through the end credits of each episode, there should be something there, I think. Or maybe it's the end ones. I don't know. YouTube it. Triss, in case you're wondering, was a huge improvement for season 2. She is a lot like her book counterpart, which is just a total piece of shit. Also a redhead. I have a video on that. If people try to tell you she's not a redhead in the books, she absolutely is, and the author has confirmed so. But if they try to tell you that she's not a redhead in the books, call them racist. Ignorant fucks. No, don't do that. Be nice to people, even if they like to spread misinformation. Yeah, she was made out to be a lot more cowardly in the show, like she is in the books. I know in the games, she's like a total bamf and all that, so if you're just a game player for The Witcher, I'm not talking about that Triss. I know she is wonderful in every single way. Books Trish is a bit trash. I actually think I have a video entitled Book Triss is Trash. I'll try to remember to link it. So if you love Triss in the books, you can click on it and just have a meltdown. So I actually would recommend watching season 2 if you like The Witcher even a little bit, but I want you to go into it realizing there are a lot of changes, and these changes are pretty big and are going to completely change certain storylines or erase them from future books. Overall, I give it a 7 out of 10. I liked it. I'll watch it again. I don't think I liked it as much as season 1, but I'm excited for season 3. I can't wait to watch season 3, and I'm kind of hoping that I like all the episodes in season 3 instead of just half of them. But, you know, half is still pretty good, I think. I just want to be spoiled and wish I enjoyed every single episode.